Once again, welcome back to the old school gun school and peace on earth and very hopefully some peace of mind. I am J.B. Heron. I'm the lead instructor for the school. And the times, they are a changing. I have more notes for you today, so I'll try and keep track of my notes and stay on point. And as always, I suggest you take some good notes as well. These last 18, maybe 20, 24 months have seen a lot of changes in our world, and certainly a lot of changes for our business. And so our business audience has more than doubled in these last 18, 20, 24 months. And so we are growing with these changing times and offering new programs and new classes, some of which I'll discuss tonight. And so we are very proud of what we're doing, and these online classes will be part of our 2022 menu. So more and more things online. Up to now, much of what we've been doing has been live classes. And now, with the changing times, we're doing more and more of this online, and you are helping to create this one. With your feedback, you'll help me create the outline, and we'll produce the class on Sunday, December 26th in the afternoon. More on that as we go along. And so, what could we add to this school? We're thinking about some different things. We're thinking about some packages for our more dedicated members, training packages, to help keep the costs down on some packaged things that they're normally interested in, as well as maybe a members only site somewhere on the web where we can post some things that would be available, unlimited availability for our members. And maybe that will be a good change for the school as well, because yes, these times, they are a changing, and we're looking forward to those new times. Today is our 4th day in our 12-day series. And so the last couple of days, we've talked about castle doctrine, we've talked about stand your ground laws. And the castle doctrine and the stand your ground laws have formed a good foundation, a good basis for us to know when would it be justifiable to use deadly force against another. And so as we continue through our days, each one of these days will build on the other and form a good classic outline for what we're talking about. Thanks to everyone who emailed me their thoughts and suggestions about what to talk about next. And so as always, I've made some good notes, and you could take good notes of your own, because this is a work in progress. And as we keep changing it and shaping it, just seems to get a little bit better each day. I appreciate your help with all of that. So here we go. This is the 4th day of our 12-day series. So today, let's start with firearm alternatives. We've had a lot of questions about that. What if I didn't want to use a gun? What would I use? Well, let's make a list of those things to study. What are some of those things? And for your notes, here we go. Number 1, what about mace or pepper spray? Sometimes they say, well, bug spray or bear spray, things like that, but some sort of a spray. Would that be a good alternative to using the deadly force of a firearm? Put that down for your notes, and I'd like to hear your comments. What about a taser? So the taser is an electronic gadget that's going to shoot electronic darts at our topic, and then if he hits those electronic darts, wow, maybe that will stop him. So what do you think about tasers? Tasers are a lot different than shooting somebody with a bullet. I'm going to just shoot him with a taser. If it's not a taser, what about a stun gun? And a stun gun delivers an electronic shot, kaboom, and that should knock them off their feet or knock them back in their senses, or hopefully make them stop their felonious actions because of an electronic shock of some kind. And so what do you think about the stun gun? Would that be a good alternative? What about a stun gun? We've talked about stun guns. What about a ball bat? A ball bat, any kind of a bat, a club of some sort. We could whack him with a club. And so instead of shooting him with something, we'll whack him with something. If we whack him with something, then maybe he'll decide we're the wrong target and move along. What about a strobe light? If I don't want to beat him up, what about a strobe light or really powerful flashlights? Maybe the strobe lights would blind him or disorient him. The flashlight might take his vision away and blink him for a minute because he had a flash bulb go off in his face and he can't see anymore, and allow me a chance to escape. Would those be a good alternative? What about a blade? A blade, a pocket knife, a sheath knife, a knife of some sort, heck, a sword maybe, I don't know, some kind of a blade. Would a blade be a good alternative to bringing a blade to the gunfight? Let's talk about that one, okay? And if not that, what about just hand-to-hand combat, martial arts? And so maybe you could study hard and become Chuck Norris or Bruce Lee. And if you had those skills, would that be better than a handgun or a firearm of any sort? Certainly when we see that in Hollywood, we would agree and go, oh yeah, if we just had those skills, then maybe we don't have to shoot them. None of us want to shoot anybody, and so this is all part of looking for the alternatives. What else could we do apart from just shooting them? And the more choices you have, the better decisions you'll make. I'll leave you with one thought before we go on. Could any of those things we just mentioned, could any of them have lasting effects? Could any of them even be deadly? Would that make a difference to what we were doing if the stun gun or the electronic shot or the ball bat or the blade or turned out to be deadly? Maybe. And so, non-firearm rescue, what an interesting topic. So on Sunday, the 26th, which is just after Christmas, that's when we'll pull all these topics together and we'll go through some detailed answers on each and every one. So I appreciate your help in coming up with our outline, because that way we have some idea that we're giving you guys what you're looking for. So today we talked about firearm alternatives. And I'd like to, would you plan to bet your life on certain gear and skills to save your life and the lives of your loved ones? What would you like to hear about tomorrow? Looking over the emails, there's been a lot of good requests. From the requests I've seen so far, we've got some about how alternatives to the gun. That's what we talked about today. What about reasons to use the gun? So if we're not going to have the gun as an alternative, then what about using the gun? How would we use that? And so what would justify the use of a gun? And when would a gun be preferable to some of the other things we talked about today? So tomorrow, let's talk about the different reasons for using a firearm to protect yourself from an inescapable threat. And who else do you know that should be in on this? Please share these emails with other people that you think deserve to know and care about them and encourage their participation. If you send me an email and give me your thoughts on what we're doing and the topics we're covering so far, that'll help us shape the rest of these days. Your emails are important to us. And so remember, you can email me. My contact is jb@oldschoolgunschool.com. I'll need to be able to send you a link for our Sunday class and sign up on Zoom, because it will be live via Zoom on Sunday the 26th. So until then, I wish you peace on earth, and more importantly, Merry Christmas.